Welcome students. Today is Monday, September 28th, and today you're going to be taking an assessment. This is our Unit 2 Assessment 2, and it will cover multiplicative area and perimeter. Our learning target: I can determine the area and perimeter of rectangular figures and apply their knowledge of multiplicative comparisons to find the area of figures. And our essential questions have remained the same for the entire unit. We've just built upon it each day. How can patterns within the number system help solve problems? And how are numbers related to each other? Now, you're going to be taking the assessment and working on the slides. And before you submit it or turn it into your teacher, you will have to complete each one. So we're going to go through them, and I'll read the actual problems. George wants to have an area of 24 square feet and needs a plan for his garden to begin planting. Show at least 2 different rectangular gardens that he could create with an area of 24 square feet. Be sure your models include labeled dimensions. Okay, so I've gone ahead and I've drawn 4 rectangles here for you to represent rectangular gardens. So that's one less step that you have to do. And on the inside of each one, I've noted that the area is 24 square feet for each one. Okay, so you're going to have to go back and reread the question. And I've listed, I put some labels on each side to represent the width and also to represent the length. So in order to, when you get your answer, when you figure it out, in order to put your answer in, all you need to do is click right beside the width, and you can just type your answer in. Same thing with the length. All you have to do is type right into it, right beside the actual letter, the L or the W, and you'll be able to type in your answer. Okay. Now, if you want to practice with some manipulatives in building the actual rectangles, I've got a link right here, manipulative tools. So if you want to practice with it to build your actual rectangles, you click on that. It'll bring up another screen, and we've practiced this also over the last few days. And you can build it however you want. All you do is just kind of drag and drop and drag. Okay, that's all you have to do for these to build whatever rectangle that you feel like can help you to solve the problem. Okay, so this is slide number 2. Find at least 2 options for creating a garden that has an area of 32 square feet. Be sure your models include labeled dimensions. So this says find at least 2 options. So just like I did on the first slide, I've built 3 rectangles here for you. And we're asking you to find at least 2 options. But if you can think of a third option, then I want for you to fill that in too. And just like I explained in the previous slide, in order to be able to put your answers inside, all you need to do is click right here beside the L for length, the equal sign, or the W for width, the equal sign. You can do that for each one of them. And just like I just demonstrated on the previous slide, if you want to build your rectangles using manipulatives, all you have to do is click on this and it'll take you to a different website. But if you use the manipulative tools and you practice on building it, make sure that you come back here to put your answers in. This is our next slide. A garden is 3 feet wide. Its length is twice as large as the width. Find the area and perimeter of the garden. So I've gone ahead and drawn your rectangle here for your visual model. And just like in the previous slides, in order to put your answers in, just click right here beside the L and the equal sign. Same thing down here and over here. Okay, I've already labeled on this side the width 3 feet. And on the inside, there's an area for you to click in and put whatever you determine to be the area and whatever you determine to be the perimeter to put your answers inside. And just like on the previous slides, if you want to build your rectangles using manipulative tools, you can click on here. It'll bring you to a different site. But remember, after you practice building your tools, you're going to have to come back here and put your answers. So this is the next slide that you're going to need to complete. A cardboard box is 20 inches long. This is 5 times the width of the box. What is the area of the box? So it says use a visual model to support your answer. Use the rectangular tool and or toolbox to create your model. Now I've already eliminated this step for you because I've already drawn your rectangle for you. Okay, so I've drawn the rectangle to represent the box. You do not need to draw another one. And I've labeled some areas for your W right here. All you need to do is click inside, right beside the equal sign, and you'll be able to put your answer there to type it in. Same thing with the area in the middle, right beside the equal sign. Whenever you determine what the area is, you can click right here beside the equal sign and type in your answer. And again, down here, if you want to build your rectangle using manipulatives, you want to practice with it first in order to help you get your answer. Click on this link right here, manipulative tools. It'll take you to a different website. But once you finish building your rectangle, you're going to need to come back to here to this screen and type in your answers. And our next one, a rectangular porch is 4 feet wide. It is 3 times as long as it is wide. Determine the area and perimeter of the porch. So just like I did for the previous ones, I've drawn the rectangle already and I've labeled length and width on the different areas. So anything where there's not an answer, you're going to have to figure out. Just click right beside the equal sign. After you determine what the answers are, you can put your answers right here. Same thing on the inside for area. Click right beside the equal. You'll be able to type in your answer. Same thing for perimeter and for width on this side. And again, here's the manipulative tools link that you can click on to build and practice building your actual rectangle. And that is our last slide that you need to complete. And after you've completed everything, you get to this last slide, just make sure to read our other independent tasks. So it's just going to remind you, task 1 is just reminding you to make sure you complete all the previous slides so that you can do them and get a grade for them. And task number 2, once you finish everything, just go to Dreambox and make sure that you're working on completing your 5 lessons by the end of this week.